Nah, he don't. Right, he don't say that. He just does it. He covers his mouth and talks like this.
Yeah, you see him talking to the player on the side. Bro, I got to get up out of here.
You see him
this
talking
team
to the
is
player
trash.
that he's gonna.
He was talking to Lonzo like that. Next year he's on Lakers. He's like, hey, bro, I'm coming there next season, bro. Training the off season. I ain't trying to go there. You be trash. I can't
stand another season of coaching this team, bro. Ty Lue ain't it. I got to get up out of here.
Let me go.
Lonzo
to
was
Lakers.
Like, all right. He's like, I'm on my way to LA, man. This Cleveland ain't for me. I'm gonna build a school though, so they don't. You know what I'm saying? So I have a chance. I still have a chance to get the key to the city.
Oh my goodness!
I can't give up that key to the city.
Oh my goodness!
Let's speaking of LeBron, man. He's a lot of people talking about him for MVP. So I just kind of want to say, how many games we're into the season? About 20, 25. Who's the MVP favorite right now? Because there's a couple guys on that list. I know Cameron said he had something crazy he wanted to say.
Whenever I went into it, I'm like, KD, 100%. I seen the stats he's putting up. KD's balling out right now. So, I go and look up the stats. And then I see Nikola Jokic. Man's is balling out. Straight hooping for no reason. Nikola Jokic, right now, he's my MVP favorite. Long run, the end of the season, KD will probably win it for me. But right now, Nikola Jokic. He's putting up 26.8 a night, 11 rebounds, 8.6 assists. Come on, man. He's balling out. And then KD, I had to look at his. He's putting up 30.9, 7.4 rebounds, 5.6 assists a night. KD's balling out. By the end of the season, I think KD will win it. But right now, my favorite is Nikola Jokic. To be honest. And I'm going to save this player. I told you that player that I seen who had the 10th best odds to win the MVP. I'm going to save him for a later topic. But, I'll tell you that player later. But, yeah, that's how I feel on it. Nikola Jokic right now.
Yeah. Wow. I'm not gonna ever go with Jokic unless there's no other contenders in there. Nikola is a great player, always will be a great player, but I'm sorry, he's not beating LeBron and KD. If he beats LeBron and KD, we gotta do some really, really investigating on who's choosing these MVPs. Because just like last year, LeBron got 16 votes. Are you serious? Are you serious? But LeBron is eligible to win the MVP every year. Everybody knows that. Just like Jordan. Jordan could have won that thing every year because of the numbers that they're putting out, and they're always going to outperform everybody else. But the thing is, they're not going to give it to somebody every year. So they try to do every other year, every 2, 3, 4 years. So let's see. Hopefully, LeBron can win this. He's my favorite to win every year. LeBron is my favorite to win every year, but I don't mind seeing Kevin Durant cry one more time on the podium, maybe get another MVP. He's got what he wanted, so he's got himself an MVP. He's got himself a couple of championships. Let's see if he can double up the MVP. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't win MVP. They're probably gonna give him Most Improved Player for the year that he's coming off of the injury. But
comeback player? I don't think he'd get Most Improved.
The comeback player, but. I think if anything, him coming back off of an injury is probably going to be the reason why he wins the MVP. He had a tear. You know what I mean?
That's Achilles, probably the worst crazy, the worst injury you can have playing like any sport. Yeah.
And he came back the year after.
Because he was training with Drake in the offseason. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, you said training with who?
Drake.
He was training with Drake.
Drake got him right.
Drake got him right.
Come on.
Check the stat sheet, bro. Laugh Now, Cry Later music video. Come on, man.
Baby.
He was hooping that man up. Baby.
Can't start. Don't sing it. We're going to get copyrighted.
Anyways, no free promotion. KD, man. KD all the way. KD, and he's on my team. He's on my new team, Brooklyn Nets. So we always support KD. KD is a beast. He's Mr. Sniper.
Bro, be honest with me real quick. Have you pulled up any Rocket stats? Have you been looking at them?
Have I been looking at them? No, I actually deleted the Rockets app on my phone.
This man had the Rockets app.
Unfollowed
he had
all
the Rockets
players.
app.
I unfollowed PJ Tucker, Mba Lute,
Oh my goodness.
anybody that used to be on the Rockets. I unfollowed them. The only person I followed from the Rockets is James Harden.
Okay.
I like how you guys are talking about Jokic and LeBron, KD, pretty much everyone. But I think somebody who's going off the radar, Joel Embiid, man. Dude's having a great year this year. 1.3 blocks a game, 1.2 steals. His assists are low, but he's grabbing rebounds and boards. He's really efficient. You know, I feel like that's a player who's being slept on. Not to mention, he's shooting a 404. He's a big man. Don't forget it. He's shooting a 404. He's also shooting 545 from the field. When somebody's putting up numbers like this, you can't let it continue to go unnoticed. You said that LeBron's always your favorite, and I do agree. LeBron's playing phenomenal right now, and like he would be an MVP favorite if we don't always see him do this. He's been doing this for how long now? So it's like it's not that impressive at this point. But I think when you get new players, players who are, I mean, it's impressive. He's getting older. He's still putting up the same numbers. But it's like it's not. I don't feel like it's enough to really give him the MVP. When you look at guys like Nikola Jokic, I feel like Nikola Jokic has been going under the radar for a while. But Joel Embiid's just having a phenomenal year this year. He's got the 76ers as the second best record in the NBA. Why are you saying what? Why are you saying what?
Pull up LeBron's numbers, man.
You want me to read out his numbers?
Yeah, I want you to read out his numbers.
25 points per game, 7 assists per game, under 1 steal, under 1 block. He's shooting great from the free throw. His 3-point percentage is 4.9. I didn't say it wasn't enough. I just said he's under 1. What are you putting words in my mouth?
Nah, but you're basically saying that it's not enough because we see him do it every year.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro, he put up these same numbers last season. If he didn't win it last season, what makes you think he has a better chance of winning it this year? I'm not saying he shouldn't win it because he's putting up great numbers. I think he's obviously in top 3 for me. But like I said, like Joel Embiid's putting up great numbers. You know, as a big man, it's surprising. But like with Joel Embiid, the thing that lets me know he's not going to win it is his durability. You know, he's too injury prone, man. I don't know how I feel about it.
Hold on, wait. Can you?
Are you talking about when LeBron pushed him on his back that he hurt?
Can you read out the points, assists, and rebounds that LeBron is averaging for me, just real quick? I just want to see something.
I just did. 25 points per game, 7 assists, 7 rebounds.
Okay, so those are all less than Nikola Jokic. And Jordan, you said you would never look at Nikola Jokic like that.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
So that's my point. So it's like when you see LeBron do this every year there's going to be somebody who does something more impressive. That's why I feel like, because you got to say, you say Giannis last year. Remember, before the people judge Giannis's last season off the playoffs, but you got to remember the MVP is a regular season award. When the playoffs start, the voting's done. It's over. They've already voted.
That's when the finals
I didn't say Giannis shouldn't have won, but
that's when candidates for that starts
winning
off.
like 84 to 16 votes.
But you got to remember, I think Giannis was breaking records with his stats last year. I think he had the highest defensive efficiency rating of all time last season.
16 votes.
Bro, he was breaking records. You just got to look up the stats, man. 'Cause I don't think you know him.
I didn't say you shouldn't have won.
I don't think you know.
16 votes.
It makes sense when you consider the regular season Giannis had. Defensive player of the year.
You think that makes sense?
Defensive player of the year. He was also offensive
player of our generation. 16 votes.
So you're saying we should vote for LeBron just because he's LeBron?
That does sound what it sounds like I'm trying to say.
It does.
It sounds exactly like what you're trying to say.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Giannis had this way better season, but it's LeBron. Okay, I'm voting LeBron.
No, but I'm saying 16 votes is pretty disrespectful.
But you also got to think that they're not going in there being like, "Oh, you voted for Giannis, let me vote for LeBron."
See, the crazy thing is,
why didn't Jordan win it every year? Why didn't Jordan win it every year?
Because people put up better stats. People were doing dude, when you do the same thing every year, it's not gonna. When people come in and start bringing a fresh new approach to basketball, bro, it's just you're not gonna win MVP for doing the same thing every year. I was surprised Giannis won back to back. But when you look at the stats he was putting up last year, it was just too impressive, man. You see he's not at the top now.
16 votes is pretty disrespectful.
You see he's not even in top 5s now. He's not in top 5s now because
I stand my ground.
He did this last season. We don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like when James Harden won MVP when he lost the year before. Because what he did was the same thing Russell had just won MVP for. The next season, after he finished second in the voting, the next season, he averaged, 40 points a game with the triple-double? Now, that's going to get you MVP.
Come on, bro. We all know the reason Russ won that MVP that year is because he had that triple-double record break.
I just said that. He won. Did I not just say that?
Yeah, but I'm saying he wasn't going to beat... James Harden was going to beat him off of the fact that he broke a record.
He just said Giannis broke a record.
No, Oscar Robertson's record, a high record.
Okay, and
I mean,
Giannis broke a whole defensive efficiency
that
record.
season, but that season, come on, bro. Russell was playing at another level. He was playing at another level.
I agree.
That season.
That's why I'm saying he
was clearly the best player in basketball that season.
That's a big difference, bro. Russ played a great season that year. But LeBron, when Giannis won, LeBron also played a great season that year. I'm not saying that Giannis should have won. I said 16 votes is disrespectful.
To be honest, 16, I feel like that's perfect. I mean, I get it. I'm not gonna change your opinion, but I'm giving my opinion. I'm saying I feel like it was all right.
I'm not gonna say it was perfect, but I'm gonna say it's completely justifiable.
It's justifiable. They go in there, when you look at the season,
they go in there and they don't talk to each other about it. They just go in there and they vote.
They vote.
Now, if they talked about it, you'd probably see it a lot closer. But like they'd be like, they don't go in there and say, "Oh, you voted for Giannis. Oh, I'm gonna vote for LeBron," just to even it out.
Yes,
they go in there. They say, "Well, Giannis broke these records. LeBron does what LeBron sort of normally does. Giannis is kind of more impressive."
Because I think last year they said stat wise, like I think they said Giannis's last season was like, I think when you consider every stat, it was like the best ever. So it's like when you bunch them all together, I think somebody said that. So I'm like, it's justifiable, bro. Everybody knew Giannis was going to win MVP. Now let's say the Lakers got to the playoffs and they lost to the Trailblazers in round 1. Would you still have this argument of that he deserves more than 16 votes? Because honestly, people didn't start bashing Giannis. People thought Giannis should win that MVP. No, people didn't start bashing Giannis until he started struggling in the playoffs. And everybody had to say, look, man, this is a regular season award. He won Defensive Player of the Year. They say he shouldn't have gotten it. They didn't start saying that until the playoffs started. I feel like that's where a lot of people are lacking. I agree. LeBron played great in the playoffs last year. So did AD. They won the championship. He won Finals MVP. But you can't. When I say 16, yeah, it's slow.
Are you talking about defensive player now?
It makes complete sense.
You talking about defensive player now?
What are you talking about?
Talking about last year with Defensive Player of the Year as well.
Giannis did also win Defensive Player of the Year. Because remember, he had like that high grade. He broke records. What is this? What is this?
I mean, I'm looking at the stats now, and I mean, AD averaged more blocks and steals. Okay,
Defensive Player of the Year is more than just blocks.
But and steals. So I'm just saying, we're going off of stats. That's something that also pushes it. So that
bro, you're forgetting that defensive efficiency.
I get what you're saying
rating.
I get what you're saying about most valuable player, but I'm saying when it comes to defense, blocks and steals is.
I'm not saying that blocks.
For highest defensive efficiency ever.
Look, this is what I'm gonna say about that. I'm not saying that blocks and steals don't matter, but that is like saying if you go to football, a cornerback that hasn't allowed a touchdown.
No, we're not doing that. That's a different sport. We're doing that in a different sport.
No, but this is the same. It's the same.
No,
thing.
It's a different sport.
It's the same.
It's a different sport. It's different.
It's the same. Okay, fine.
It's a different sport and different.
No,
sport.
because no, it's not.
Let him say the example.
No, we're not.
Let him say the example.
No, we're not doing that.
Let him say the example. Just let him say it.
Because you know you about to get proved wrong, bro.
No, because it's football.
It kind of reminds me, Cameron. Let's say
Dimitri's point right is this: LeBron plays the same way every year. With football, it's a different thing.
I'm talking about Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's a different thing.
It kind of reminds me of
even the way players play.
It kind of reminds me of Cameron, you remember when DeAndre Baker won the Thorpe Award? He had 2 interceptions all season. Greedy had 6.
He had no interceptions basically. Didn't allow a touchdown. And everybody was like, "Oh, well, this dude had this many interceptions, this many pass breakups." Not saying that those stats don't matter, but like Giannis could have. I don't know the complete stats, but Giannis probably forced less shots made. He probably had more stops on the cause of turnovers, not steals or nothing like that, just causing turnovers. It's a lot more than just steals and blocks. You understand what I'm trying to say, Jordan?
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. That football that's not a good example, but I get what you're trying to say.
It was the same thing though.
It was just it's a difference. Putting it in football terms, it's not a bad example at all.
Yeah, it wasn't an example.
So Jordan's got LeBron, Cameron's got Nikola Jokic.
Right now I got
Kevin Durant.
Long run, I got
Kevin Durant.
Long run, I got
don't
KD.
Have LeBron.
At the end of the season, winning MVP, I got KD. But right now, it's Nikola Jokic is the favorite. Answering the MVP favorite question is Nikola Jokic. At the end of the season, I'm thinking KD's gonna win it. Right
So
now,
are
the
we doing
MVP favorite is
for right
Jokic.
now? What are we doing?
We're
now?
doing
MVP
we're doing
for this
MVP
week?
favorite for right now. Yeah.
Nikola
right now?
Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
Nikola Jokic right now.
But KD at the end of the season.
Yeah, stats can change.
I'm going with KD.
Oh.
Taking KD. I think KD will win it.
Okay, so 3 for 3 on KD for the end of the season. Okay, perfect.
No, I'm saying my
okay.
favorite right now is KD. That's
Right now is KD?
Right now is KD, definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with KD, just coming off of the injury. Great play off of an injury, man.
Incredible.
He's playing great.
Inspirational.
Torn Achilles.
Inspirational.